Hey, journeyman, journeywomen, this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, here to encourage, motivate, to inspire, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. Uh, I did a Facebook Live the other day, and I realized I can do it on Facebook and YouTube. Because generally, I would do a live on YouTube doing my In Them Streets segment, um, say in them streets with Dr. D, doing a hero's rant. But today, I want to do a hero's rant or in the streets at my desk, uh, what have you. And I want to talk about gratitude. And I I actually, if anybody want to comment, come on, you can come on because while it's a hero's rant, I still have capacity for someone to come on. I'll put comments in the section and I will respond accordingly. So this has been gratitude. First off, let me give you a definition. I thought I was going to do this on. I may still do it on the gratitude on my a hero's update of what happened Wednesday night. I may do gratitude, but I just thought it'd be good to do gratitude now. While I was on the top of my nugget, right? And I was doing in the streets. I am on them. Let me see. I just wanted to check and see if I'm on. Let me look at Facebook. Let me see if Facebook has got me on. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. They get me on. Am I on? Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I want or not. Switch on. Dun, dun. Oh, okay. Let's check it out. Gratitude. Let's see what Google gives as far as the definition of gratitude, and then I'll move from there. Gratitude. Gratitude is a feeling of thankfulness and appreciation for something received or experienced, often expressed verbally or through actions, and can be a powerful tool for improving well-being and strengthening relationships. I believe that a lot of people spend too much time being anxious on things that they cannot change, or anxious on things that have or have anxiety based on past experiences instead of being grateful for the things that they currently have. Um, and Because you can always look at the things that you don't have. But I think we just generally people just forget the things that they do have, and that's what's kind of sad in society today. I think that there's a lot of emphasis. There's a lot of emphasis on things that you don't have. So therefore, when you don't have certain things that you feel that you're supposed to have, this is what happens. You look next door. Look at the Joneses or the Henrys or the Caboos, whoever you have next door, or the things that you as a child assumed that you were supposed to, you know, your desires as a child and the things that you have envisioned based on things that you have seen on television, in movies, in books, magazines, as well as in somebody else's yard, somebody else's house. So often people are just in other people's pocketbooks. I think assuming that they are supposed to be that person. They're assuming that they're supposed to get that type of individual that the other person has. but when they're not the person themselves. I believe a lot of people are in the assumption that they're supposed to receive because they're making confession. I believe and I receive. I, be- I believe and I receive. No. But they look at the whole scope of the context of the scripture, say faith without work is dead being alone. You can believe, you can confess, you can proclaim, you can scream, you can sing, you can speak into the atmosphere for a manifestation. Manifestation don't mean nothing. Don't mean things will happen. It means that you will be hoarse and often disappointed because if Pat don't turn, if one foot doesn't go if one foot doesn't go in front of the other, I promise you, you will be in the same seat you were before you made the proclamation or the declaration. Some people get so deep. So I make a declaration on the word of God. I make a declaration. I will do, but they don't get up. They don't move. They don't cooperate. They don't cooperate. So therefore, they are where they are. And then what happens is that they they look at things around them and they look at where they thought they would be. But they very rarely look at what they have not done to get to their expectation. They just look at what they have not accomplished based on what they have not done. I don't know why people assume that they're supposed to get everything because they want it and not because they're working for it. Not because they're working toward it, working for it, working with somebody to obtain it. A lot of people are under the fallacy of thought, assuming that they're supposed to receive because they believe. That's a lie. And then people are not grateful for what they have. Because if you're not grateful for what you have, what happens is that when they leave, you're living in regret. Yeah, when they leave, you're living in regret. You're living in the state of what it could have, should have, but I didn't. And not only that you didn't, you didn't even try. And that got to be heartbreaking and very disappointing. But I think the disappointment comes when you can't go back on time. I'm saying all this to say that I've had things happen in my life in the last 5 years that the average person could not stand. Or, I mean, I think that some people couldn't stand it, and especially with things that I may be experiencing at this current time. I just look at it as good content. However direction things may go, it may go left, it may go right. But but if you if you have the mindset that whichever direction it goes, left or right, it's still gonna go. And I'm gonna be on the other end with a good story to tell. Now, a good story to tell because I'm the assumption that if you just do right, it'll be right. Maybe not when you want it to be right, but eventually everything comes out in the wash. Everything comes out in the wash. Right, I got the yeah. Everything comes out in the wash, and people don't believe things come out in the wash, but just keep living. If you keep living and keep lifing, I promise you things will come out in the wash. I've had I've had two parents. My mother died in 2022, and my father died in 2024. So both my parents are going with my sound at Yes, both my parents are going with Jesus, and so that's hard. That's disheartening for anybody. Uh, but the blessing is because there's always perspective. The blessing is that I've had my parents. Other people haven't had my parents. 50. My mother for 52 years, my father for 54 years. So I'm grateful. Grateful and thankful. See, that's the thing. People don't are not grateful or they're thankful what they have. They're not grateful or they're not grateful and they're not thankful for the things they have when other people don't have it at all. Yeah. Yeah, but currently, recently, I have my oldest brother. We call Mustafa, my oldest brother, the oldest lion. No, he had a bout that he's in the hospital, and then I thought I had to get a little mist tank and just rolled out, rolled to the side to go see him. But my other brother said, "No, hold tight. You got things going on. Hold tight." And then I talked to him, so I felt good because I had a conversation with my oldest brother while he's in the hospital. He was out of ICU. He was in ICU because it stated that he was unresponsive. This my niece told me he's unresponsive. They came and got him, but he was still conscious and he was sleeping. And then he came out of it. And I talked to him on the phone. We were joking. It was a good conversation. Now this is very recent. So I'm talking to him. Yeah, I'm talking to him and cracking jokes and everything. He's talking. He didn't have full voice, but he seemed cognitive. He was cognitive and was levity in the voice. So and so I felt confident. Only get a text from my niece the following day. It said, "Tell mother about to get down there." So it's okay. So I let my brother know, and in between, and then I called it just to get the play by play. Uh, and so she said, "No, I don't think he'll make it. He gonna make it out of this one." Now this her father now. Now she's talking just like me. She's talking just flat foot. She wasn't talking like Joe Black. She talked like the angel. She was just talking matter of fact. It is what it is. I remember my brother told me a while back, said, nobody's getting out of here alive. So you gotta make sure that you're getting as good before you go. So okay, so what she told me, she just came real clean and just said that I don't think he's getting out. He's sleeping a lot. His color's not looking good. So oh Lord. Now mind you, I just buried my father in November, and then so it's like it's chopping down the tree. You know, my mama, my daddy, and then my oldest brother, and then I got stuff going on here. I said, Lord, you know how much I can bear. But yet, I'm still thankful. I'm grateful. And you say, Dr. So how I got one phrase say, I don't know how you go through and say, hey, either you gonna talk about the book, you'll be about the book. All things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. If it was not happening, if it is happening, it has to have a purpose. So my objective and goal in everything is see the purpose in the situation. And a lot of times you look at the purpose in the mess, especially things that you did not start or instigate. You try to look at the purpose in the mess. So while you look at the purpose in the mess, you know there's always sunlight on the other side. So therefore, if you know it's going to be sunlight on the other side, then you know it's going to be all good. Now, everything, because everything worked together, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. And you think, believe if you think in that In that context, I think that I think that things will work out for you. How many of you all have situations in your life that you that think it's just like it's dire? Now I'm telling you, it's not too dire. Because every day you do, you get a vertical, like I always say, make it you go in life to always move forward and never look back. Why? Because life is just too short to live looking in the rearview mirror. Meaning, life is too short to live in a state of ungratefulness based on a situation that had occurred to you, and in some cases, that is still occurring to you. So if you focus on the negative, you'll never see the positive. If you focus on the weeds, you'll never see the grass. I purpose myself to focus on grass, even though I know weeds are evident. So I can just manually try to pull up weeds, or I can calculate a system to categorically have these have weeds removed out of my lawn. Now, the categorical rate that I do it in real life is that I observe the whole perimeter. I observe the weather. I observe aesthetics. I I observe what would it do if I just dump some Roundup in there. Well, not only will I kill the weeds, I will kill the grass and I walk around the patch. So putting Roundup will make it maybe a tap into a stream. May tap into a stream. And sometimes you have to walk with caution. Why? Because if you speed through it, you never learn the lesson. God knows you want to go through it again. If you speed through it, you never learn a lesson. And you want to learn a lesson when you're going through a situation that that's not appealing to the flesh and don't increase your dopamine levels. Doesn't make you feel all that to say that don't make you feel good. And a lot of times you're saying, why? Why now? And why me? And I would say, why not? Why not now? And why not you? Because in every action has a consequence, but everything has a purpose. Even little things. So so my niece gave situations about she didn't think it was dire. It was dire. So I'm like, man, my brother said he still think it's a good idea for me to roll up there, right? He said I'll do FaceTime, whatever. I'll do FaceTime when I go up there. It's okay. And but then I got some good news today that seems look better. But I am still thankful for whatever. Now, am I going to feel the best? Oh no, but I know this too shall pass. My daughter asked me the other day, she said, "Why can't you tell me?" And so I was like, "What in the world?" She asked me this for? She's like, "You just threw the situation on. Just told us about Uncle Darrell being sick in the hospital, and you just didn't give the updates." I said, "Listen, listen. My mother, father have died in the last 5 years. Now this is my big brother. Forgive me, but I will not be. This is not 9 o'clock news or 10 o'clock news, and you won't get daily updates. However, if you put a request and ask me, I can tell you what I know in brevity. But I always just refer them to the home place. Talk to my niece, talk to my sister, talk to somebody there. They give you a better response than I can because I don't have it in me. He asked me the other day, I gave an update, and I said, listen, I said, I don't have it in me. Now it may appear I don't look like what I'm going through, but what's in me, that's where the war code goes place. Weapons are warfare not carnal, but they mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. So there's things that you cannot be seen that you're fighting with, um, and, and it affects the things on the outside. This affects your emotional state. Your cortisol increases, and then you have to work on health things, and then breathing, and then communicating effectively, and not getting yourself revved up, so you can still be here to fight another day. Would you rather be a wounded lion or a dead dog? I could be a wounded lion, but I want to be a dead dog. Because even a wounded lion, I can limp off and I can recover. So, yeah, because race is not given to the swift and to the strong, but it's given to the one who perseveres to the end. And as long as I got oxygen in my lungs, it ain't over. It ain't over. So I encourage everybody. I told my wife a while back, I said, I believe we need to be thankful. If you can wake up in the morning and be grateful, make declarations of things to be grateful for, to be thankful for. Make it purpose yourself to look for things to be grateful for, and thank God for being thankful for these things. It cancels out the negativity. But if you wake up and you always think about what you don't have, I tell people just listen. If you always think about what you don't have, think about the things you do have. When the, just because the thought comes in your mind does not mean you need to build a nest for it. But a lot of people build a nest and feed it. That not only do they build a nest for the negative thought, they feed it. So are you building a nest for an eagle or for a vulture? You know, eagle brings life, long suffering, perseverance, strength. Vulture brings death, decay, and disease. What are you allowing to be planted in your nest, which is your mind, that create an attitude of dissatisfaction, negativity, and pessimism that's enveloping your life and dictating your moves and determining your future? Or can you kick the negative out and accept the optimism, the strength, and the life? If you think about it, an eagle only takes live things to eat. A vulture goes after dead things. Are you taking the living things and putting it in your mind so you can be positive, not just for you, but to your family and to the people around you? Are you contagious? Is your attitude contagious in a negative or positive way? Are you grateful? And so I'm just telling everybody I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what I've had, what I experienced. I told a gentleman the other night while I was doing my riding share in them streets, and I should have recorded it. I told him, I said, listen, I can go back to the times when I was in college. I had no money. Simple times, a lot of times were the better times. More money, more problems. And not that I'm loaded, because you have more responsibilities. But no family, just me by myself. I had less responsibilities, so less things to be concerned about. What I was concerned about was eating, and have a place to lay my head. Because I came down to North Carolina with $60 in the duffel bag, and I applied to 11 colleges, and one college accepted me, saying, "Oh, yeah, I transferred to A&T and played football." And I finished. But I remember times when it was a time where I was in jeopardy of losing my financial aid. I think student loan people said that it went to default. That's all, Lord. So as it went to default, I withdrew from school because then my father was sick, and thing I had to pay rent. So I had to work. So I was off campus at pay, and so things was bad. I was looking at the food line, and they wasn't paying enough, and that's a grocery store down here. And then I got a job at UPS. Okay, got paid every week. Then eventually I got me a job at a restaurant and UPS. Things started being on the upswing. But before that, man, it was bad. My best friend allowed me. He just got married to sleep on his floor. He had to step down, and it was his bed. He put a sheet up, and in the doorway, was me. I was right by the kitchenette, and the front door had a bicycle. He said, as long as it takes, as long as it takes, we can get your stuff straight. You got a place on this floor. And I was content. Paul said, I know to be to have not, content in all things. I was content. Had my bike. Part of having let me lay on the floor. I was good. I was good. Really, I was. And I appreciate those times. And eventually, my student loan got reinstated, and I can go back. I can finish up school. But another time, and I just think about things to be grateful for and to be thankful for. Another time, we just moved into me and my partner moved into apartment first. No, second apartment. Moved to an apartment. We had no food. We was home. Had no food. We had no food. And now when I came down here, I reestablished the Midwest Aggie Club. Was in uh, Midwest Aggie Club, and prior to me moving off campus, and then I had a Rolodex with numbers on there, and I had an Amico credit card. Amico credit card. So the Amico credit card was allow me to so you can buy anything Amico, food. He said, man, it's like 2 miles and I'm home with this walk. I went to my Rolodex and I said, man, let me see if I can find a number. Found a person. So I saw one of my group members from Detroit. She heard the boy came, picked us up and took us to the store. Took us to the Amico. And we got bacon and eggs and cereal and milk on the Amico credit card. Oh, the simple times. But we ate. Those were simple times. And I appreciate the little things. Uh, little things was the big thing. Little things were the big things. So um, I want everybody to look at what you have. Don't look what somebody else has. Look at the family you have. Look at the people that love you. Look at the memories that you have shared with your siblings and your parents. Because I promise you, they won't be here always. So when you have understanding they won't be here always, I encourage you make it make your own time capsule. Make your own time capsule. So when you have made them, it intentionally make memories that are memorable. Take videos, take pictures, take recordings, and you see we have technology right now. You can make a time capsule of memories and upload them in the cloud, and then when the person is no longer here, you have all these times when you feel sad. You can pull them out. You can laugh about the times you had because you can always have that understanding. Uh, you always have this. I missed the individual, but I didn't miss him, and I have a lifetime of memories that I've captured. So if I really want to think about those times and go back in time, I'll just play it. Keep the time capsule to embrace the memory so you won't live in regret. Be thankful, be grateful. Because every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life. To be grateful and be thankful and not live in the past of regret, and make a memory that's worth it. So, if you found any value in this content, how about you help me help you so we can help others? How? By clicking subscribe, commenting, and sharing. Because when you do that, you organically help build and grow with me. So we'll make it better tomorrow. Today, I have a couple new segments. This is just I believe, just a hero's rant. Yeah, that's what I title. I title a hero's rant. It has some other type of title when I go back to the editing room. And I have in them streets with Dr. D guided meditation segment. And here's update of what happened. What happened? I do have to create me a like a video commercial for that. Uh, so in the future, I'm looking to try to do subscription model for per requested specific videos you'd like me to do based on topics that you may be dealing with, and then we can engage in conversation uh, with uh, with anonymity. So you don't have to show your face; just need to hear your voice. I don't know who you are, but other people will not. So this is the hero's journey. See, if we got my phone ringing. I don't know who that is. Maybe a spam call. So don't know who that is. All right. So this is the hero's journey with Dr. D, and we. Oh, I won't go back to my song. All right. So that's things I got coming up. And if you need anything further, I'm emotionally healing coach uh, and a therapist. So you can give a heroseeks.org. Check me out, and if you need a little bit more, just give me a call. We can have a conversation about what we can do to help you get beyond your first move. And that's it, y'all. So with that being said, I want that. I want my song. All right. Every day get vertical. Make it your goal tonight to always move forward and never look back. Why? Because life is just too short to live. Look in the rearview mirror. This is a hero journey with Dr. D. And we are ouch.